What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the Very Blessed podcast. My name is Derek, and I just wanted to make a really quick video today about equality. This is actually a subject that I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time. I wanted to post about it for some time, and I think what's happened and why I haven't been able to do that is I've had this fear, this fear of being misunderstood, this fear that I wasn't going to be getting my point across. But today I'm feeling good. I feel like I can put together the words that I need to be able to make it clear and be understood. Now, there's always going to be people out there that misunderstand you, and I guess the other part of this is that fear is gone. I could really care less, if I'm misunderstood when I'm talking about this subject, because it's so important. It's so important to have this conversation and to have this talked about and articulated in this way. Now, when I talk about equality, usually the first thing that people assume that I'm talking about, especially coming from an African American, is that I'm talking about racial equality. And then the second thing is, people are like, if he's not talking about racial equality, then he's got to be talking about gender equality. And then the third most assumed thing that I'm talking about is going to be sexual orientation or sexual preference. And I actually think this is the problem, is there's too many categories, and we tend to assume that people are just talking about one specific area when we're talking about equality. And I'm talking about just equality in general, humans. I'm trying to get across that we as humans should have equality amongst one another. The reason that I kind of had that fear of people misunderstanding me, it had nothing to do with the groups that I just mentioned. It more so had the group that I'm included in, which is Christians, which is the church. I was kind of fearful of the backlash that I would get from them, because I was afraid that I'd be misunderstood by the way that I was going to articulate this. But the reality of it is, Christians, and I'm one of them, Christians tend to be the most judgmental. And we got to knock that off. We've got to stop. We tend to use the Bible to kind of push our own agenda. We'll pick verses from here, pick verses from there, and say, "Oh, see, the Bible says this, or the Bible says that, so you can't do that. You can do this." Yet Jesus, who, if you're a Christian, Christian means Christ-like. We're supposed to mimic Jesus. So yet Jesus taught equality. Jesus taught inclusion. Jesus taught respect. Jesus taught love. In Matthew 22, verses 37, 38, 39, and 40, Jesus was asked by religious leaders, what is the greatest of the commands? And he replied by saying, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. He then goes on to say, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two. He's saying if you can do those two things, the rest of the law just falls in place. I actually catch a third thing in there as well. Jesus says, love the Lord your God, love your neighbor as yourself. If you caught that, he also said, love your neighbor as yourself. Okay, so love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. What it's implying is that you have to also love yourself before you're able to love your neighbor. So what Jesus came to do is he came to save. He socialized with prostitutes, with tax collectors, with sinners. And those are the people that he was coming to save. He was coming to witness to. He was coming to bring salvation to. But he had the most difficulty and more problems with the religious leaders of the time. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, which were the people that were the Bible experts of that time. Those are the people who had him crucified. Those are the people who plotted against him. So just food for thought for this week. Love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. Those are the commands right there. Let's just treat people as people. Let's just love ourselves and each other and God. I mean, that simple. The way that a person looks, a way that a person dresses, a way that a person decides to live their life, rather, in your opinion, it's right or wrong, should not matter when it comes to the way that you treat them. That's my point. God bless you. Hope you have a great week. Talk soon.